I saved up for 2 months and bought Lucy the phone she wanted. She must be so happy now. Is my dad okay? I asked, looking worried. Are you all right? She asked back, concerned. I'm fine. Thank you for just now. I have 100,000 here as a token of gratitude. Please take it. It's a small effort, she said. But I refused. I can't accept it. Just keep it. But please, be careful next time. You know, he doesn't love money. He's willing to help others. That's really kind of him, someone commented. You're finally back. How's my dad? I asked. He doesn't have much time left, she said. He never told you, but his cancer has spread. They say he only has a year to live. She paused, taking a deep breath. That's why he's been pressuring you to get married and have a child. The Luke family only passes on its legacy to sons. Since I'm just a daughter, I need to have a child in a year to inherit the family's assets. Wait, so you need a live-in husband and a child? I asked. Yes, she replied, and I want the man who just helped me. I want all his information. He'll be my husband. Has he arrived yet? I asked, looking around. Is he the man you're looking for? The person asked, nodding toward Charles. Yes, that's him, she said. Where are his files? His name is Charles Young, the person explained. He's 6 feet tall, weighs 80 kilograms, lost his parents, and just moved here. He's physically strong and perfect for your live-in husband. Perfect. This is exactly the man I need. But just then, Lucy appeared. Is Charles here? Does he have a girlfriend? She asked. He came looking for Lucy White, someone replied. But she despises the poor. She's only after his money, and behind his back, she's dating a rich boss. I couldn't believe it. Such a good man, but Lucy doesn't appreciate him. Charles and Lucy met face to face. I've missed you so much, Lucy said, her voice cold. Charles, let's break up, she suddenly declared. What's wrong? He asked, confused. I bought you the latest phone, Lucy scowled. Look at you from head to toe, smelling like fish. It makes me sick. Who cares about your phone? It's outdated anyway. I didn't know, Charles said, trying to explain. You poor seller of fish and shrimp. What do you even know? She mocked. I'm not that country girl anymore. I've moved on. And you? You'll always be a poor loser. How could you ever be with me? Charles was hurt, but still tried to explain. Lucy, I swear, I'll give you the best life. But she laughed bitterly. The best life? You have no car, no house, no money. What can you offer me? This stuff, she waved her hand dismissively at his gifts, is worth less than my 2-year salary. I live a life beyond your wildest dreams. How could you compare with that? I found a new boyfriend, the manager at Everidge. With him, I'll have luxury cars and mansions. He can give me everything I want as long as I'm submissive. You're willing to be his mistress for money? Charles asked, disgusted. Shut up, Lucy snapped. He gives me a life better than anything you could provide. You have to save up just to buy me lipstick. How are you even worthy of me? Charles, hurt, said, Why did you become like this, Lucy? I've always been like this, she answered coldly. It's just now you're realizing it. Enough, she said. A loser without money can't find a wife. You'd better try reincarnating in your next life to see if anyone thinks you're worthy of them. No one wanted him, but I did. Just then, a voice interrupted. I am the daughter of the Luke family from Golden Throne. Would you marry me? The woman asked Charles. She was gorgeous and confident, an heir to a powerful family. If you agree, we can get the certificate now. Charles hesitated. Are you really Miss Luke? Do you think anyone would dare impersonate her? The woman replied. She continued, Countless men would fight for you, but you chose him, a man like him. Only the blind wouldn't see his value. I don't care about his money, she added, gazing at Charles. Do you despise me because I'm willing to marry him? Charles was speechless. I can't do this to you, he said, hesitating. Fine, she said with a smile. I'll wait for you. The whole situation felt surreal. Would this be Charles's new path? The woman introduced herself with confidence. I am the daughter and heir of the Luke family from Golden Throne. Are you willing to marry me?" "Golden Throne family?" Charles asked, stunned. "How about it? If you agree, we can get our marriage certificate now." "Are you really Miss Luke?" he asked in disbelief. "Do you think anyone would dare impersonate Miss Luke?" she replied, her tone calm and collected. "Now that you know I'm Miss Luke, countless men are vying for my attention, but I've taken a liking to you, a man like you. Only those who are blind would fail to see your good qualities." "But Charles is penniless, just a poor guy without any money. He's nothing," someone remarked. "Wealth is just dirt, yet you treat it like treasure." "I don't care if he has money or not," Miss Luke responded, her gaze firm. "Do you truly not despise me?" "Of course not. I never lie," Charles said. "Are you willing to marry me?" she asked again. "I can't. I haven't broken up with Lucy yet. I can't do this to you," Charles said, his heart torn. "Fine. I'll wait for you. When everything is settled, remember to call me." She smiled softly. The scene shifted, and Lucy reappeared, furious. "Charles, starting today we'll make a clean break." "Fine! Go be someone's mistress!" he shouted. A commotion broke out. Charles, shocked by the sudden turn of events, looked around. "What's with all this money? What kind of dumb luck is this?" someone remarked. "He's caught the eye of Miss Luke, and she's being so generous even before anything is settled." At the same time, someone splashed water on Charles. "Hey, you kid, you've got some nerve," the person yelled. "Isn't that what she deserves?" Charles muttered under his breath, pushing past the crowd. "Do you know who I am?" the person barked. "I'm telling you, kneel down and apologize to her." "I don't owe you any apology," Charles retorted. "You and your immoral couple aren't worthy of it." "Fine," the man sneered. "Change my mind then. Crawl through here, and I'll spare your life today." "Why waste words with him?" one of Charles's friends muttered. "Just beat him." "What's in that bulging box of yours? Did you steal something?" someone asked suspiciously. "No, I didn't," Charles replied firmly. "Take your dirty hands off." "Where did you get all that money?" they asked again. "None of your business," Charles said. Suddenly, someone intervened. "Let go of him. You can't afford to offend her." "Mr. Young, are you all right?" a voice called out. "The lady you mentioned, who is she?" "It's Miss Luke," Charles answered. "She's the one who assigned us to protect you." "I don't need you to follow me anymore," Charles said, trying to shake them off. "I'm not used to being followed." "What about those two?" the guard asked. "Beat them and then let them go." "I'll handle them personally," Miss Luke ordered. "Make them kneel and beg me." "Understood, Miss Luke." Later, Charles received a phone call. "Hello, Jill. I've thought it over. I'm willing to marry you," he said. "Okay, tonight. Block 1, Cloud Villa. Let's consummate the marriage tonight." Charles arrived at the luxurious villa. "This is where the wealthy live," he said, impressed. "Well, what are you lurking around for?" someone asked. "You look like you just came from a construction site." "I'm here to look for someone. She lives in Block 1. "Do you know where that is?" Charles asked. "Block 1?" the security guard scoffed. "I've seen many like you before. There's no one here for you. Get lost." "I'm telling the truth. Let me go in." "Hurry up," Charles insisted. Eventually, Charles managed to get in. "Miss Luke, I'm here. The security guard wouldn't let me in," he explained. Okay, I believe you now," Miss Luke said with a smile. "Sorry, it's just part of your duties." Inside the villa, Miss Luke turned to Charles. "Starting today, call me Honey." "Honey?" Charles stammered, unsure. "Yes, honey. We need to have a child within a year," she said firmly. "A child?" Charles was taken aback. "I'm not ready yet." "Well, I'm giving you half a month. You must make me pregnant within a month. The contract is on the table. Take a look for yourself." Charles hesitated. "I think you're great, but why the rush for a child?" "Don't worry about that. If there's no issue, sign now. Tomorrow, we'll get the certificate. We're a couple now, so call me Honey." Later, Charles found himself at a banquet with Miss Luke. "What did you call me?" she asked. "Honey," he replied. "That's better," Miss Luke said, pleased. "Let's go." At the banquet, Charles encountered a few snide remarks from others. "Isn't he just a penniless lowlife?" one person mocked. "How could he be worthy of Miss Luke?" "Do you think she cares about wealth?" Charles responded coolly. "She likes me just as I am." A confrontation ensued, but Charles stayed calm. "I'm not stooping to your level," he said. "Now, I'm taking my wife to the banquet." As the night continued, Miss Luke turned to him, smiling. "Honey, let's go." "Such a roadblock," Charles muttered under his breath, but he was more confident now, knowing he had Miss Luke by his side. "Ours well. What happened?" "Or don't touch me like that." "Shall I get you a glass of water?" "No, what are you going to do?" she asked. "I want to have a child with you," he replied. "Oh my God, how can you do that when you're drunk?" "I must do it right away," he insisted. "Listen to me, it's not good to get pregnant while drunk." "You don't want a foolish child," she said firmly. "I don't want a foolish one either," he reassured her. "Shall I get you a glass of water?" "Yes, but you can't leave, even if we don't do it, okay? I'll stay with you." "Okay, oh my gosh, who can withstand this?" she gasped. "What are you doing?" she yelled. "You hooligan!" "Just a normal physiological reaction. Every man is like this," he muttered, not noticing her anger. "Why are you on my bed?" she asked. "You'll have to ask yourself," he replied. "You drank so much alcohol and didn't let me go. I was just woken up by you." "You must have taken advantage of me," she accused. "It's more like you did it to me," he mumbled back. "What are you muttering about?" she asked. "It's nothing," he said, getting up. "I'm going to take a shower now. We'll go get the certificate later." "Get the certificate? You slept with me for one night and now you're playing dumb. Just wait here," she told him. They got married just like that, Charles and Miss Luke. If the news got out, it would cause a sensation. Charles couldn't believe it. It really feels like a dream. "This is not a dream," he thought. "Wait for me for a while. I'll go to the restroom." "Isn't this Charles?" someone asked. "I heard from Lee that you've caught the eye of a wealthy lady. You rushed over to register." "What does this have to do with you?" Charles snapped. "Charles, people should have self-awareness," the person said. "Consider whether you're worthy." "What does that even mean?" Charles asked. "Serving a fat lady in her 40s. How does that feel?" "Who told you I'm serving a fat lady in her 40s?" Charles asked. "Don't be so stubborn. If not, why would you catch her eye? Look at you, penniless. You're young and healthy, but sorry to disappoint you. My wife isn't in her 40s. So stubborn, she'll eat you alive soon." "Honey, honey," Charles's wife called out to him. "Let me introduce her," Charles said proudly. "This is my wife, the rich woman you were talking about." "How could this be possible?" they gasped. "How could such a rich and pretty lady take a liking to you?" "I'm young and healthy," Charles replied. "I really have hit the jackpot." "Honey, thank goodness for you, or I'd be vexed by him. You're my husband, and bullying you is like bullying me." "Why look at me like that?" she asked. "I just feel so lucky to have met you," Charles said. "I'll take you to the branch office," Miss Luke said. "You'll know once we get there." "Miss Luke?" someone greeted her. "Who is that man following Miss Luke?" another person asked. "I don't know," they replied. "Could he be the new bodyguard?" "Honey, everyone, please sit. You sit too," Miss Luke ordered. "Who is this man?" one person whispered. "Why is he sitting by her side?" "I don't know," another replied. "Could he be new management?" "How could that be?" someone else asked. "Look at him. He's not even fit to be a bodyguard." Miss Luke stood confidently and made an announcement. "Mr. Charles Young will be the new general manager." "What?" everyone gasped. "Rest assured I'm here," Miss Luke said, looking at the crowd. "If you don't have the courage to accept it, how can you be my man? If you think you're not capable, that means I misjudged you. You can leave now." "I can definitely do it," Charles said, standing tall. "Where did this kid come from?" "Competing with me for the position?" someone sneered. "Mr. Lee," another employee said, "considering seniority, this position should be yours." "Nonsense," Mr. Lee interrupted. "I've been working here for decades. If not me, then who? I can't let this kid take my position." "I disagree." "What did you say?" Miss Luke asked. "Is it you who doesn't accept it, or is it others?" "Miss Luke," someone else added. "No need to look at only me. I disagree too." "Fine," Miss Luke declared. "Starting now, you're fired." "What did you say?" Mr. Lee shouted enraged. "On what grounds, Charles?" "On what grounds?" "On the very fact that I'm her husband," Charles said proudly. "This loser is her husband?" someone asked, stunned. "Who did you call a loser?" Charles retorted. "I wouldn't dare." "I let my husband be the branch company general manager. Is there any problem with that?" Miss Luke asked. "Mr. Lee, please save me. I'm about to be fired," another worker pleaded. "What does it have to do with me?" Miss Luke responded coolly. "Mr. Lee, I'm under your command, but when did I ask you to do anything? Think carefully before speaking." "Okay," Mr. Lee said, frustrated. "You can go out now." "It seems you're quite capable," Miss Luke said, looking at Charles. "Lynn doesn't listen to me, but she listens to you a lot. It's not like that. Everyone here listens to you. Whatever you say goes, right?" Charles nodded, unsure but confident. "Does anyone have any objections?" Miss Luke asked. The room fell silent. "It's settled then. Dismissed. See you, Miss Luke." Back at the office, Charles had some tasks ahead of him. "Mr. Lee doesn't listen to me. Instead, he listens to you," one of his new staff members commented. "The company lacks proper management, and Mr. Lee has become too dominant. If I don't step in now, it'll become his company, so I'm entrusting you with this. You should know what to do." "I'll try my best," Charles said, determined. "No," Miss Luke replied. "Don't try. You must ensure it. If you can't even handle this, how can you be my husband? I will remove Mr. Lee for you." "Good. You're the new general manager," she said, handing him money. "Go buy some decent clothes. Don't dress poorly or you'll embarrass me." Charles went shopping, walking into a high-end store where the staff gave him a hard time due to his simple appearance. "What do you think you're doing here?" they asked. "Can you afford these clothes?" "I'll buy it," Charles said confidently. "You're just a poor loser," the sales clerk sneered. "How can you afford this? You look like you just came from a construction site." "I have money now, and I'm not interested in your opinions," Charles said, ignoring the clerk. "I'll buy the clothes I want." "You just wait," Charles muttered. "I'm going to prove everyone wrong." "Are you here to start trouble? Did my ex-boyfriend send you to mess with me, just like my ex-girlfriend did?" "I knew it. A friend of a loser is also a loser. You want to hit on girls without money? Tell him to give up. All my customers are wealthy, and I'm going to marry into a rich family. You work here just to marry a rich man, right?" "Not every man who buys clothes here is super rich, but they are definitely better than you. People like you don't deserve girlfriends. According to what you're saying, poor men can't live in this world? I don't care if you live or not. Just don't loiter in front of me. No more nonsense. Are you leaving or not? If not, I'll have security throw you out. I just came to buy clothes. I want the one by the door. You really think you could afford anything here? Don't touch our clothes with your poor smell. You should have left long ago. Someone like you could ruin the floor. I'll call the cleaner to disinfect it. What are you doing? Wait, this actually fits. How dare you put it on? Take it off now. Don't touch me. I'm buying it." "Go ahead and try to pay. You probably don't even have enough money. Go ahead. Check how much is in your card and see if you can afford it. You probably have no more than 1,000, right? You just want to trick me and run off with the clothes, but I won't let that happen. Don't look down on me. I've seen people like you before. You must be thinking the worst of me. What do you want to do now? You think you're going to get physical. Stop overthinking. I just want to pick up my card. Wait here. I'm calling security to catch you." "Security? Oh no, this is going to blow up. I better call my wife." Phone rings. "Hello, honey." "The salesperson looked down on me and thinks I want trouble. She accused me of trying to steal clothes. Can you handle it for me?" "Leave it to me. Just wait where you are. You think you can just steal from our store? A suit worth $18,000. You're brave. Do you know who owns this mall? Take it off now." "There's been a misunderstanding. I tried to explain I'm going to buy it, but she wouldn't listen. Look at this guy. He looks poor. How could he afford anything here? He must be stealing. Enough talk. Take it off now, or I'll call the police. Miss Luke arrives. What's going on here? This man tried to steal from our store. Look at his shabby clothes. How could he buy something here? It's all a mistake. I'm not stealing. What are you saying? Do you know who he is? The employee freezes in shock. He's Miss Luke's husband, the son-in-law of the Luke family. What? How is that possible? I can't believe it. Employee quickly apologizes. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't recognize you. Please forgive my rude behavior. You were so arrogant earlier. Apologize properly. Sorry, sir. I was blind. Please forgive me. You tried to mess with me earlier. You really thought I was poor, huh? Miss Luke to the employee. You're fired. I don't need people like you who look down on others. Get out. Let's go, honey. They leave the store. I don't know who Mr. Lee is, but if he didn't pay the deposit, I can still buy this house. If you try to stop me from buying it again, I might have to report you to your supervisor. Why is there all this noise? Is my house ready yet? Finally, you're here. If you'd been a bit later, they would have taken it from you. Who would dare try to take my house? These two are so bold. You pick out another one for me. Ha ha. Who gave you the courage, Mr. Lee? You slapped Mr. Lee? Well, consider it a reward from me. If you're impolite again, I can slap you again. You dare hit me? I'll teach you a lesson. Mr. Lee, are you okay? Didn't your parents teach you not to hit women? Looks like you're an orphan. You must be tough. But remember, I used to sell fish, and I'm strong enough to handle situations like this. Mr. Lee, are you okay? Fine. No one dares to do this to me. I'll take both of you down. Do you know who he is? Mr. Lee is the son of the manager at Luke's branch. You dare mess with the Luke family? You're doomed. Could it be Mr. Lee, the manager? Doesn't he know his dad's in trouble? Who knows? Let's just watch. Go ahead and laugh now. You'll regret it. When my dad gets here, you'll have nowhere to hide. Hello, Dad. I'm at the sales department. These people beat me up. Please bring people to help. I'll teach them a lesson. It's too late for you to beg me. When my dad gets here, you'll regret it. You can't imagine my dad's power. When your dad gets here, you'll be the one regretting it. Who dares to provoke my son? Dad, you're finally here. You have to stand up for me. Do you have any objections? Dad, these two disciplined your son for you. Do you know them? I don't care who they are. I'm going to break his legs and have my way with her. Your son has more money than you. Still, you're helping him now. What about me? I have to pay tens of millions. Your son doesn't know his limits. Dad, they just investigated us. Are we going bankrupt? Can I still buy a house? No, I can't afford this. You want me to go to jail for a house? You've got no sense, Mr. Lee, Jr. Get out now. I don't want a son like you. Can I buy a house now? Of course you can. Buy whatever you want. I'll take care of it. Don't get too excited. Based on how you acted, I'll file a complaint in 3 days. What are you waiting for? You were so bold earlier. I'm exhausted now, but let's hurry home. You can give me a massage later. Honey, the houses here are so nice. Want me to buy one for you? Let's go look closer. The location is not great, though. Maybe we'll go downtown another day and buy something better. All right, don't be angry. What's wrong? Who's that? He looks like Charles. How can someone who sells fish afford such a nice house? When he wanted to buy me a purse, he had to save for a month. Forget about that. I bought new underwear. Want to see? I'm not talking to you right now. Here's your towel. I'm going to shower. Hey, can we sleep together tonight? Sleep together? Are you in a hurry to have a child? We can do that another time. You sleep in the guest room tonight. What happened? Isn't she eager to have a child? Why doesn't she want to tonight? Did I scare her? Charles, come here. What's wrong? There's a mouse. Where? I don't see it, but I just saw a huge mouse. Don't be scared. I'll look for it. I didn't see it either, but I clearly saw it run over there. All right, sleep well. Don't go anywhere. I still feel uneasy. How about you sleep with me tonight? Are you sure? Don't overthink it. We won't do anything. Okay, it's decided, but don't move. I'm warning you. You were eager to have a child, but how can we do that if I don't move? What's so heavy? Could it be sleep paralysis? She's so seductive. Early in the morning, so exciting. Well, after all, she's young. How could she sleep so rudely? What are you muttering about? I didn't say anything or do anything. Don't get the wrong idea. Did you sleep well last night? Not really. Get up. I'm taking you to meet my parents, the head of the Luke family. Really? Don't be nervous. They might get nervous when they see you. I haven't told them we're married, so it will be a surprise. Hurry up, get up. So, she's not submissive. Married without telling her parents? What if they don't approve of me? They might kick me out. Let's go. Don't speak out of turn. Follow my lead, okay? I'm home, Dad. I'm back. Jill, why are you back? Hello, sir. Please sit down. Not much going on at work, so I came to see you. Mom, come out. Jill's back. Jill, I've missed you. Who is this? This is John Lee. He's the general manager of a listed group. He's very excellent. I wanted to introduce him to you. Why are you sitting there? Mrs. Luke, Jill is so outstanding. You should remind her to be careful. Nowadays, there are many people who want to live off others. Did you hear what I said? Why are you still sitting? I should make a formal introduction. This is my husband, Charles. Young Mrs. Luke, what's going on here? He looks very rustic and clearly not up to much. Jill, don't joke around. How could he be worthy of you? Sorry, Mr. Lee, but today is our family reunion. Shouldn't you, an outsider, leave? Mrs. Luke, since Jill has already married, I'm not fated to be with her. I'll leave now. Jill, don't be rude. He's the one who should leave. Mom, we're legally married. If you insist on him leaving, we'll leave together. I don't agree. What love potion has he given you? You married him legally, but why haven't you left yet? Mrs. Luke, I have to go to a meeting. Okay, kid, just wait. Jill, what exactly do you want? John is such an outstanding man. How is he not good enough for you? You drove him away. You're really pissing me off. So what if he's outstanding? I'm already married to him. From now on, stop introducing people like this to me. I am a married woman now. If you have any bit of shame, divorce my daughter today. I will never acknowledge you without my consent. You can't marry into our family. Jill and I truly love each other. Don't think I don't know your schemes. You're just after our power. You want to be a kept man. You really think you're in love? You're just a toad coveting a swan. Mom, you must apologize to him now. What? I'm your mother. You want me to apologize to him? I'm doing this for your own good. What is his status? What can he bring to you? All right, no more arguing. Dinner is ready. Let's eat and talk about the marriage later. Your mom has had her eye on John for a long time. She wanted to introduce you to him today, but you've already got the marriage certificate. What can I say? How can a girl be like this? This young man seems fine, though. He looks spirited. Thank you, Mr. Luke. You don't mind our marriage, do you? Man, you're both grown-ups now. You can do whatever you want. There's nothing to object to. If my daughter can't do what she pleases, what have I been working hard for? Thank you, Dad. We'll hurry and give you a chubby grandson. That's good. Call your mom to eat. Mom, why only 3 sets of tableware when we eat? Isn't 3 enough? You can use mine. I'll go get it. It's okay. I'll get it myself. Take it. Just take it. Here's 10 million. Take it and leave. Jill, you're not worthy of her. Mrs. Luke, Jill and I truly love each other. Please take this card back. I will not part with Jill. I've seen many poor guys like you. Aren't you just after our money? Take it and get lost. You ungrateful. Mom, what do you mean by this? Your mom must be joking with me. Come on, sit down and eat. I'm sorry you had to come here and get scolded. It's okay. Mothers-in-law usually dislike sons-in-law. Do you know why I'm in such a hurry to have a child? Why? My father is not in good health. The doctor says he has at most 1 year left. 1 year? I'm a girl. In the eyes of the shareholders, I am nothing. So I need to give birth to a boy as quickly as possible and raise him to be the successor. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. As long as I'm here, I'll stand by you. No one will bully you. I believe in you. I'll answer the phone. Kevin, why are you calling me tonight? Is it our class reunion? Class reunion? Yeah, Bill organized it. I heard he runs a factory now and is very rich. Bill bullied me a lot in the past. I have to attend the reunion. Okay, send me the location. I'll drive over to pick you up. Charles, you've bought a car already? I'll send the address to you. Okay, I haven't picked up my car yet. Can you lend me this one? Of course. What's wrong? Nothing. Just a class reunion. Those old classmates bullied me because I was poor. I just want to get back at them. Take me back to the office first, or I can accompany you. No need. It's just a small reunion. They aren't worthy of meeting you. You're sweet, but if only I could ride in such a nice car. Charles, How come it's you? Get in the car, let's go. Wow, sitting in this nice car is a whole different experience. Charles, did you hit the jackpot? How much does this car cost? It's just over $1 million. I'm really envious of you. Let's go. Where's our meeting place? I think it's Regal Presence Hotel. Doesn't it sound familiar? Isn't it my company's business? It's the perfect opportunity to check out the operations there. By the way, Charles, how are things with you and Lucy? We broke up. She dumped me for a rich guy. She's a gold digger. I never expected it, but it's good we broke up. Otherwise, with your salary, how could you support her? Let's not talk about that. Now you're driving this luxury car. Lucy will be there this time. I'll help you vent your anger. Okay, thank you. We're friends. Let's go. What are you guys doing? Who told you to park here? I parked within the lines. Have you paid the management fee? Isn't it paid when you leave? When you come here, you have to follow our rules. Fine. How much is it? I'll pay. 10,000. Why don't you just rob people? You really dare to charge that much? Bring out the charges. Either pay up or get lost. If you don't, something might happen to your luxury car. This is extortion. The customer is always right. How dare you threaten us? You have two choices now. Either pay or get lost. I'll make a call. No rush. I'm downstairs. Can you come down now? Who are you calling? You'll know in a moment. Are you blind or something? This is the general manager of the branch and also the owner of our hotel. How dare you ask for a parking fee? Looking for trouble? Mr. White, he tried to charge us too much. Did you put him up to this? Charles, you really think you can just show up and make everyone wait for you like this? People might start thinking you're the general manager here. Ha! Are you serious? It's funny, isn't it? Charles, from being the poor guy we all used to know to suddenly being all high and mighty. I heard last week you were selling fish, and now you're acting like you're made of money. What a joke. And I see you've already broken up with the poor Charles. My new boyfriend buys me whatever I want. If I'd known this reunion would be so awkward, I wouldn't have invited you. But guess what, Charles? You haven't contributed a single penny to this event. You're just eating and drinking at our expense. Do you think you're in any position to act like you're better than anyone else here? Charles, I'm paying for everything today. You haven't even spent a cent. Don't pretend like you're in control. I booked the private room, so I'm the one who has the power here. Look at this red wine. It's a 1982 Lafite. The bottle costs about $200,000. Do you really think a fishmonger like you could afford it? Here's the thing. You might have a flashy story, but everyone knows your situation. You've turned things around, sure, but it's just a matter of time before everyone sees through the act. You're acting like you're here to show off, but it's all a front. You have no real wealth or power. Charles, pay the bill now or get out of here. You're not welcome. But then something unexpected happens. The manager comes over and introduces himself. Mr. White, the hotel manager. He thanks Charles for the wine, and suddenly everyone's attention shifts. Mr. White isn't sucking up to Bill like they thought. He's actually addressing Charles with respect. This causes a stir. No one can believe it. Charles, you really tricked us. You just swiped your card and paid for the bill. Bill thought he was controlling everything, but now it's clear who's actually in charge here. How did you manage to pull this off? Everyone's shocked, especially Lucy, who's just standing there looking like she's been slapped in the face. Charles leaves the gathering and heads to his car, a luxury vehicle. People are still in disbelief. How could someone who once sold fish afford such a car? They can't wrap their heads around it. And as if that wasn't enough, Charles gets a call from his mother-in-law. When he arrives at her house, she's immediately rude and dismissive. "You'll never be good enough for our family," she says, making it clear she doesn't think he belongs with her daughter. Charles doesn't back down. He firmly defends his relationship with Jill, and as he and Jill try to leave, her mother's attitude only grows more hostile. Charles tells her to let go of her prejudices. "You can't treat people like this anymore," he says. Jill, always by his side, supports him and tells her mother to accept her choice. After all, their marriage is legal and registered. It's clear that despite all the obstacles, Charles and Jill's bond is stronger than ever.
At the end of it all, Charles walks away with his head held high, showing everyone that no matter how they may judge him, his strength and integrity will always shine through. Mr. Young, could it be that you're dumping me? If you're going to act like this, I won't cooperate with you anymore. You can leave now. Oh no, this is the end for me. How could you even be the general manager? You're just trash dumped by me. Shut up. This is all your fault. Let me tell you, Lucy, I've dumped you now. Everything you used is mine, and I'm giving you 3 days to move out. Don't take any of the bags I bought for you. Honey, you can't just dump me like this. Without you, I'll have nothing. This has nothing to do with me anymore. Charles, I know I was wrong. It was wrong of me. Can we get back together? Lucy, do you really think we can go back to how things were? We've already broken up. You were the one who dumped me, so leave now. I have work to do. No, I won't leave unless you agree to get back together with me. Can't you have a little shame? Look at yourself. As long as you're willing, I'll do anything. Let's get back together. Okay, let go of me. How could I ever have liked a woman like you? Miss Sharp, take her out. Don't show any sympathy for my sake. How can you treat me like this? Didn't you love me once? How can you be like this now? I really was wrong. Just forgive me. Can't we get back together? Please, get things straight. You dumped me because you despised the poor. Now that I have money, you're coming back? Sorry, I find it disgusting. Take her out. Hey, take your filthy hands off me. I'm Mr. Young's girlfriend. You dare touch me, I'll chop off your hands. Lucy, that's enough. I'm running out of patience. Take her out. Come with me to visit an elder. It's a family gathering. Another one of those gatherings again. You sure know how to have fun. Gatherings every day. Just get used to it. My relatives don't have any worries. They just want to have fun. That's true. Hurry up. My aunt has a bad temper. If we're late, we'll get scolded. Okay, I'm leaving right away. By the way, my aunt is very blunt, so don't take anything she says to heart. Don't worry, I have thick skin. They arrive. You're here. Who's this? He's your husband? Hello. Is this bumpkin your husband? Where did you dig him out from? There's not a hint of high society in him. He's so out of place. He's very outstanding. I won't talk to you. I'll go see my aunt. He wants to enter our Luke family. My mom will surely kick him out. Jill, long time no see. Am I that familiar to you? Don't call me so intimately. They go inside. I heard you just had an argument with Auntie. She seems really upset. Why did you fall out with her? Over a stranger? A stranger? He's my husband. You should be the stranger here. Sir, may I ask where you work? You can't be a freeloader without a job. I'm an executive at a listed company with an annual salary of $1 million. Haha, if you wish, I can arrange a janitor job with a few thousand in salary. Are you out of your mind? Would my man be short of money? He's just a freeloader living off me. You disgrace men who live off women. Living off a woman is also an ability. Some people wish they could, but can't manage it. Haha. You really have no shame. I have no shame. I think the shameless one here is you. From the first sentence you spoke, my wife clearly rejected you. Why are you still clinging on? Honey, you must be tired. I'll take you to the lounge, okay, just so I don't have to see the annoying ones. I shouldn't have brought you here. They keep picking on you. It's so annoying. It's okay, honey. I became rich overnight, but my demeanor hasn't caught up yet, so they look down on me. Sit down. Suddenly, a voice comes from the other room. Mom, what happened? There's been a theft. I just came back to my room and found the ruby ring missing. Are you sure you didn't place the ring somewhere else? I'm certain I put it on the cabinet. I never put it anywhere else. This guy just came out of the bedroom, all sneaky. Auntie, the guests at our house tonight are all high-class individuals. They won't commit theft. However, some guests come from humble backgrounds, and they might have bad habits. It might be you who stole my ring. Hand it over now, or I'll call the police. Auntie, you're misunderstanding. Charles is not that kind of person. Look at him. Does he even deserve to attend our high-class dinner party? I think he just wants to make a profit off this opportunity. Charles, I advise you to come clean. You're under the greatest suspicion. Weren't you just beside the lounge? Do you dare let me search you? Auntie, You're going too far. How could Charles possibly steal? A body search is no big deal. If you want to search, go ahead. But if you don't find anything, you'll have to apologize to me. Charles, don't push your luck. Even if it can't be found on you, you must have hidden it somewhere. Do you think you deserve an apology from Auntie? Do you think you can search me? Go ahead and search. They search Charles, but nothing is found. Nothing on him. Auntie, please apologize to me. Apologize for what? Do you even deserve that? Leo is right. You must have hidden the ring somewhere else. Since you're convinced I'm the thief, I'll suggest we call the police. I'm sure in such a luxurious home as yours, there must be cameras. Let's have the police collect fingerprints and compare them with the guests. We'll know who it was. Not bad. Quite logical. How's that, honey? I didn't embarrass you, did I? I believe security has captured the entire process of your crime. What now, Leo? Do you have anything else to say? Leo, you're caught. Admit it. I was wrong, Auntie. I can't stand Charles marrying Jill, so I framed him. Please don't ruin my life. Hand the thief over to security. I was wrong, Auntie. I won't do it again. I promise. Auntie, you've wronged Charles. Shouldn't you apologize to him? Do you expect me to apologize to a junior? It's clear this matter is resolved, and I've been cleared of suspicion. You've grown quite a bit these days. Not only were you calm during the incident, but you also fought back methodically. Of course. As your husband, I must maintain your dignity. I want to stand on my own and protect you one day. I'll wait for that day.